serves. As Etzler that time on Stanford's side. Here's Rubin. Well long. Back-to-back points for the Bobcats to get things going here. For Stanford, the starters, Jordan Harvey, Coco Kirsch, first of the season for her. Saw her sub in to serve yesterday. And then Spencer Etzler, of course, Lizzie Andrew, Elliot Rubin, Erica Sayre, and Logan Parks. The service error from the Bobcats will give Stanford their first point. They're back within one. That was a big problem for Texas State yesterday. A lot of service errors. They had 5 aces, but 8 service errors overall. They were just giving points away. They're going to need to clean that up today. Harvey with the serve here. The southpaw making it work for the Bobcats. They're back up by 2. We're going to get a look at that because perfect back set, and then the lefty. I love to see it. Another one who had a big day yesterday, Samantha Wunsch. Usually plays on that left side, but I've liked her on the right side using the left arm. That inside arm has been lethal. Serve from Bailey Henner, the back set. To Lizzie Andrew, and she's on the board. That's her first kill of the day. Stanford's first kill of the day. They still trail by 1. 2 will now serve 3. Another back set, this time on the side of the Stanford Cardinal. We saw Parks do that so much yesterday, and it's truly so impressive. A back set, nothing to be gawked at. It's basically like a blind pass, if you will, and a perfect setup there from Parks. Set up here once again for the lefty, but dug up by Harvey. The tip. Julia Blashov's in, by the way, and she's making her presence known to tie it up. We get a look here. There's the setup, and as you mentioned, subbing in, getting it done. Blashov, the redshirt sophomore, Carlsbad, California. And that's going to go long, and the service error will give the Bobcats the lead once again. Something that Stanford has also had on the table is those service errors. They can lay down a lot of aces, but they are pretty aggressive at the line, which does create some errors at times. Parks. To Blashov once again. Blashov now with a match-high 2 kills this early on. We're tied up once more. Blashov came out swinging quite literally. Getting more looks today than she's gotten in a moment before today. Blashov, 6 matches played, 3 matches started, just 15 sets though. Another service error will give the lead back to the Bobcats. And you said it, Blashov been trading a little bit off, alternating a bit with E. Park hurt. We've also seen do some damage when she's out here on the court for Stanford. The depth that a young Stanford team has is actually pretty scary. It's incredibly scary. 6 freshmen, 5 sophomores, 3 redshirt sophomores, just 1 junior and 2 seniors. This team's going to be scary for years to come as well. Maggie Walsh served. Here's Blashov again. She's blocked, but recovered by the card. The setup, the back set, the tip from DeFree. It's handled. That's Parks this time. Hey, she'll get the kill. The setter who runs the offense, she can swing it too. As she certainly can. 3 kills against Hawaii yesterday for the freshman. Why not? The versatility from Parks as she served. At the net, the dump! Effective from Anna Blaine. What a read for the Bobcats to put them ahead once more. Anna Blaine, sophomore setter, starting for the Texas State Bobcats. I love to see that from her. She got off to a slow start yesterday. She wasn't supposed to be the designated starter this season. Their initial designated setter who was starting got injured in the warm-ups before their first match. Anna Blaine, as a sophomore, stepped in, and she's done a great job. A little miscue on the one-handed set here on the Stanford side. 2 points ahead now for the Bobcats. Alyssa Clark at the service line. Somebody else who's getting her first start today here, Alyssa Clark. There's Blashov. She'll get another one. The match high 3 kills for Julia Blashov early on here in this first set. 750 she's hitting. 4 total attempts. She'll serve now. That goes long. Second service error for Stanford tonight. They'll trail by 2. The sophomore Anna Blaine will get her opportunity here at the service line. I think that 3 service errors for the Cardinals so far. Coco Kirsch in. There's Rubin. She'll get the contact from Clark, and they're back within 1. The number 4 team in the country, been trailing the Bobcats here so far. It's starting to surge. It's a great look here. That left side's been dominant for the Cardinal so far today. Cardinal rocking the black uniforms today. Bobcats in white. That's off the block. Back set. That's off the block from Harvey. Reset for the Bobcats. Free ball here for the Card. Read by Rubin, but dug up. The lefty. It's going to go long. Tied up at 8. Well, that's great defense on the Bobcat side. Unfortunate there from Wunsch that she just sends it a little long. I like her picking out the spot on the back line. First ever meeting between these two programs. Tied up at 8 here in the first set. Covered by the Card. And the Harvey, that's off the block. Stuffed by Andrew. Bobcats recover. Big swing from Nina Moore, the redshirt junior. Her second kill of the day. That's a team high. Yeah, I mentioned Nina Moore having a great night last night across 4 sets, 13 kills, first on the team, hitting 300. And expect her to keep it going tonight. Transfer from Louisville. A couple of seasons over there. Before making her way to San Marcos. It's Harvey who tools the block. Jordan Harvey on the board now with her first kill today. You said it yourself, there's just so many weapons that the Cardinal have, and now getting Harvey going. She's going at the service line. That's going to go long. Texas State, the first to double digits here in the first set after the 4th service error from Stanford. That's a lot. 4 service errors early on. Both of these teams struggling in that category. So far, Texas State have been able to limit it just 1 so far this set. And that's what they're going to have to do to stay competitive with the Cardinal. Hanner served. Is it an ace? Recovered by Harvey. Somehow, someway, Stanford continues. That's going to go wide, and the point goes to the Cardinals. Some resilience there. Somehow, someway is the only way to describe that. Not only do they get it out across the net, because that did not look like it was going over Park. Just somehow, what an angle. And then not only that, but winning the point. Tied up at 10. DeFree. She'll put it down. Beware of Jade DeFree. And when she gets going in the middle like this, her connection with Blaine, the setter, is pretty lethal. That short arm, it's really hard to defend. 2025 preseason all Sun Belt. She can do it on both sides. 11 kills yesterday, was second on this squad, and 3 blocked shots. All tournament in the Southwest Showdown and the Texas State Invitational. That's a big dig. Texas State off the video board. It's a free ball for Stanford. Back set. Andrew. Big time dig. That was Isabella Andrews. Aiming for the backcourt. This time over to Blasov, softly over. DeFree again. Can't handle it. Jade DeFree with her second kill today. 2 points ahead once again over the number 14. She's getting going, and it's Isabella Andrews who will serve, the one who, what a great dig from her just there to keep the Bobcats in it and keep it alive. Just a freshman, one of the Texas natives on this team. There's Parks from the back row, Harvey. Tipped over by Walsh. This time over to Blasov. Did she get the touch? No, it's long. 3 points ahead now for the Bobcats here in the first set. The Team that came in 4-5 on the season after that 4-set loss to UCLA yesterday, but picked to be first in the West Division of the Sun Belt for the second year in a row this year. Another big swing from Lizzie Andrew. Immediately responding are the Card. Jenna, you mentioned this Texas State Bobcat team picked to finish first. That's not by coincidence. They lost in the first round of the NCAA tournament last year to Missouri after they won the Sun Belt Conference tournament. And this is a team who have their sights set. Their goal this year is to make the first ever Sweet 16 appearance by the program. Take from Rubin. And a big swing from Blasov. Match high 4 kills for Julia. And this is a likely underrated Texas State team. Very much so. Stanford's going up against. They took second in the regular season last year in the Western Division. Won that conference tournament. 3 straight sweeps. Mm-hmm. That service error puts Texas State back up. It's a team, I said at the top of this broadcast, that they'll never say die. Their team mantra specifically is win the day. And they truly are a team that will not go away. Their team goal of making a Sweet 16 appearance for the first time in program history this year is no mistake, and they certainly have the capability, the talent, and the chutzpah to do it. Second service error there for the Bobcats today, brings Stanford back within 1. And not only would it be the first Sweet 16 appearance in program history, something that head coach Sean Hewitt talked about is they've been 1 win away from the regular season championship the last few years. So winning the day, each day, that being their why, will help them get there. Contact at the net, and it's going to tie it up here, 14-all. Stanford with the side out as Logan Parks will head back to the service line. The key here for the Bobcats is going to be just to limit the Cardinal runs, whether you need to call a timeout, whatever you need to do, because if the Cardinal get on a run, that's when Texas State is going to get in bad shape. Softly over from DeFree. Blasov makes it happen. Stanford now in the lead. It's been a bit since we've been able to say that consistently, but they're the first to 15 here against Texas State. Julia Blasov leading the way with 5 kills, hitting 500 so far in this one. Yeah, and almost against the momentum. Texas State got out to a really hot start. They were in the lead. You said they were for the first to double digits, and it's just now that Stanford's really able to take over a 3-0 scoring run right now. And like I said, that's what the Bobcats have to try to mitigate. Just that momentum going in the Cardinal favor. Just try to stop it however way you can, and this media timeout's going to help. Yeah, taking that reset can be a benefit if you let it be. Stanford hitting 381 so far in the match. Texas State just 158, yet still within 1 point here in the first set. I think that's a testament to their scrappiness. Absolutely, and their defense as well. Texas State does best when they can get up on the net and win the net, but you've been able to see the defense in the back line. So many digs across the board already, and Alyssa Clark, who's getting her first start of the season today, hasn't even gotten going yet. She was outstanding yesterday, 13 digs against UCLA. Just been so key off of the bench for this Bobcats team. So when she gets going defensively as well, that'll add another element. It just speaks to their defense, how strong they've been. And then it's been the same story for the Bobcats, because we talked about so much in volleyball hinges on the setter. And so getting that timing right with a new setter that you didn't practice in preseason with, that you weren't expecting, and Anna Blaine's done such a fantastic job stepping into that role. But sometimes in matches it takes them a moment to get going. That's what happened against UCLA. They hit in the negatives in set 1 and set 2. They got going 375 they were hitting in set number 2. So it's just about getting that timing. Blaine with her 5th career double-double with a match-high 41 assists and 12 digs yesterday. Good angle there, but handled by Parks. Here's Blasov off the block. Big swing into the block, but she'll tool it. Nina Moore adds another one. She's got a team-high 3 kills. Tied up once again. All the way across, and with the inside arm, Nina Moore does a great job there. So versatile. We've seen her on the right side, on the left side. So Clark with the serve. Back set. To Sayer, that's dug up. Off the block there. Stanford survives. We play on. Moore. Tipped. That goes wide. Cardinal retake the lead in a highly contested first set.
Certainly. Bailey Hanner just trying to punish the Cardinal there and sends it long and wide. And she'll want that one back.
Coco Kirsch now at the service line, getting her first start of the season. Kirsch had a match high and tied her career high with 2 aces yesterday against Hawaii. There's more. She's stuffed! Erica Sayer, Jordan Harvey put up the wall.
There was not a lot of space there for more right into the wall.
Stanford actually outblocked yesterday by Hawaii. They had 4 to Hawaii's 8 so far today. That's the first one on the board for either team. The Cardinal are now ahead by 2 points, 17 to 15 here as we take a quick break.
And a good idea for Texas State here to take this timeout. I mean, we're talking about runs for the Cardinal team, and this is a moment where Texas State are going to need to come out of this timeout and come out hot, reset themselves. It's been quite a run that the Cardinal have gone on, and we can take a look at the hitting percentage, .080. It's actually gone down. So just getting their rhythm, getting their momentum going, and it's all about timing in a sport like this. So just taking a deep breath and getting that timing down between Blaine and her hitters.
Nina Moore going to be key to that. She's leading the way so far with 3 kills, hitting .333. She actually had a team high, tied her career high, 13 kills yesterday against UCLA. She hit .300. She's a key piece to the puzzle alongside DeFree, who had 11 Ks. But she hit .318 and a team high of 7 blocks. Keep an eye on those two as we continue, as the first set picks up in the next few seconds. Other thing is, yesterday, the second set is the one that Texas State took from UCLA, 25 to 20. They out-hit the Bruins 375 to 235. Actually out-hit them in the third set as well, 237 to 190. The Bruins were able to hold on. A bit of a chip on their shoulder, as that service error will bring the Bobcats back within 1.
Certainly a gift from the Cardinal to the Bobcats here.
Blaine now to serve. 16 serving 17. Tooling the block is Erica Sayer. Sayer got some air. And she's now on the board with her first kill today.
Now we get a look here. Back set, Sayer just going 1v1. Moore couldn't get there in time. Couldn't get her feet set. A lot of space there for Sayer to find.
Erica Sayer, Logan Parks, Spencer Etzler, who's at the service line, all freshmen making an immediate impact in their first season in college volleyball. Violation there is going to give the point to Stanford. They're back up by 2. Seems to me in this first set, it's not just who's making things happen, but who's making less mistakes that's going to get that lead.
Absolutely. We're talking about the service errors from the Cardinal, but on the court in the run of play, it's certainly been Texas State.
Set from the back row, the touch. Handled by Etzler. Andrew with the soft touch over the net. Another violation and another point for Stanford. They'll be the first to 20. This is the biggest lead that they've had so far. They're up by 4 in the first.
And that's 2 net violations in a row for the Bobcats. It's just a little sloppy, and it's like you said, the last thing you want to do here is hurt yourself and kill yourself. And I said this yesterday, I'll say it again, it goes for any sport when you're playing against a high-ranked opponent. To give yourself the opportunity to be in the game, to win the game, you have to first and foremost, not beat yourself. And that's what the Bobcats are doing right now. They call a timeout to turn it around.
And that's the reset head coach Sean Hewitt is hoping for. This is his 6th season as the head coach at Texas State, but his 20th year being a part of this program. In those 5+ years that he's had so far, leading everything from the top down, it's 121 and 52 is the overall record, 68 and 12 in the Sun Belt. He was there for 14 seasons as the associate head coach and the assistant before becoming the top dog. And 2 Sun Belt tournament championships back in 2020 and 2024, and 3 NCAA appearances since he took over.
A bit of a different format in the Sun Belt. They have a huge division, but it's divided into the West and the East. You don't see that a lot in collegiate athletics in divisions. And Texas State has been dominant in this West Division under Sean Hewitt.
Preseason Sun Belt honorees, Dupree, Wunsch. Blaine was the setter of the week last week, 113 assists. Conference high in a single match with 37. Now they trail 16 to 20. Little shot. That tips off the block and falls in. That'll work. Bobcats get the point that they needed coming out of the break.
Certainly, great work, great hustle by Blaine there, chasing it down. You see her almost running into us, and then a beautiful kill on the other end.
Brooke Benke to serve, the junior, a Texas native on this team. Quite a few. Lizzie Andrew finds the spot and puts it at 21-17, another 4-point lead for the Cards.
Izzy Andrew, she got going yesterday, 12 kills, second on the team. She hit .647, best hitting percentage on the team last night.
.667 so far today. Nearly blocked there, but it's going to fall in off the touch. Texas State will get the point. They continue to battle.
And you can see here, Andrew just losing the ball.
Tanner into the net. Third service error today for the Bobcats. Cardinal now with 22. They've got a 4-point lead. Right now, the Cardinal hitting .423 to Texas State's .143. Cross court. Back set, Andrew tries to push it over, but recovers. Overpass. Good job by Blashoff to put the wall up. And the touch off Parks gives the point to the Bobcats.
Staying with it, staying in the play. It hasn't been pretty. It's been a little chaotic for the Bobcats. I'd like to see them be able to set up in system a little bit more, but that'll do.
Leading with 4 kills, hitting .429 right now for the Bobcats. It's over to Blashoff. Shut down. DeFree is fired up as she brings down the roof.
DeFree leading this team in blocks and blocks per set, averaging 1.44 blocks per set, and she gets one there.
A 2-point set. Andrews with the serve. And that's going to go to Stanford once again. 23-20. And the Cardinal yesterday, they did get that sweep over Hawaii. Of course, it was a season high 64 digs for them. They hit 262, but only 205 in that third set, something that Kevin Hambley to work on with his team today. Now it's going to be set point for the Cardinal. They're up by 4. Fans are up on their feet here at Maples Pavilion. Anna Pringle in to serve. The back row shut down. Walsh shut down again. We'll reset. Go to Walsh one more time. Parks from the back row, Rubin. That's dug up. Whistle blown. A violation, and that's going to give the set to Stanford. 25-20. They take the first one over Texas State, and they have the momentum here going into the second set.
We talked about errors for Texas State. And them kind of just beating themselves, and that last point was almost an incredible encapsulation of what this entire set has been. Texas State able to rally, able to play with the Cardinal, but just beating themselves on that point.
They're hitting 114, Stanford hitting 379. Some adjustments to make going into this second set, as we will switch sides and take a quick break before we come back.
Welcome back inside of Maples Pavilion. Sarah Asher with you alongside Jenna Becerra, and it's the Stanford Cardinal who take set 1, 25-20. They out-hit the Texas State Bobcats 379 to 114 as we head into the second set here in the second day of this Stanford tournament. Just one more day remaining tomorrow. It's been so much fun, and this match is shaping up to continue to be fun. Jenna, 25-20. Indicative, do you think, of how these teams have played, how close and how far they've been with each other?
I think for Texas State, the numbers don't necessarily show the scrappiness that we have seen from them. They only hit 114, led by Nina Moore with the 4 kills, hitting 429 herself. They've got 3 digs. But I think compared to Stanford's 379, that's the adjustment that they're going to want to make coming into this second set, trying to hold on to the monster that is this Stanford offense, stepping up that defense, and just playing a little bit more clean. I think that's the key here in this set.
Sophomore setter Anna Blaine will serve first, and that'll be a service error into the net. Not quite how the Bobcats wanted to start this off. 1-0 Stanford here in this second set, and they will get the serve as well. Are we not giving Stanford enough credit for maybe what they're doing to force Texas State into these errors? Obviously, a lot of these are unforced errors, but you can still be forced into errors by pressure from another team in some other way. Is it just nerves, or is it something that the Cardinal are doing, do you think, Jenna?
I think Stanford is known for creating chaos, right? And they have such depth in their attack that it's difficult to defend.
Well, Bobcats back at it. That's Samantha Wunsch getting going, hitting just 111 in that first set, and they need her to get going. She had 8 kills yesterday, but 10 errors. She hit in the negatives yesterday, and she's somebody who, if she gets going, she's just another threat for this Bobcats team, and now she gets going on the defensive end. Redshirt junior Wunsch gets up and gets the block.
That's exactly it, right? Trying to put a stop, at least sometimes, against this Stanford offense. It's formidable. Elia Rubin is the only returning All-American on the team.
So we need a more with the serve. Miscue on the reception, and it'll be a service ace. Wunsch and DeFree make up a lot of the defense and the blocks for this Bobcat side. DeFree leading in blocks, Wunsch second in blocks, and both of them the 2 preseason All-Sun Belt selections on this squad. Here's the setup. The All-American stuffed at the net. The Bobcats are out to a hot start here in set 2.
They know that Elia Rubin is such a key piece to the puzzle for this Stanford offense, so they're planning for it. You can see Bailey Hanner set up beautifully to stop that attack. It's a 3-point lead for them.
Nina Moore again on the serve. Parks with the setup. Harvey flying through the air. Blaine with the set now. Stanford. Harvey again. Harvey down the line.
The angle on that hit. Take a look at this swing from Harvey. It's set up nicely with the blind set and just straight down to find the floor and get some momentum back.
Seeing her readjust her body in the air. Harvey will serve now for the Cardinal, down by 2 in set number 2. Here's the setup. Hammer. Bailey Hanner, the senior middle blocker, comes through.
Maybe we call her Bailey Hammer right now because she is coming through big time for this Bobcats team.
I'm sure somebody in her life has said it's Hanner time. Hanner with the serve. Back set, Andrew. Bump set, Walsh, wide. It will be Elia Rubin So many accolades, it's hard to pick one to share about Elia Rubin, 2025 ABCA Player of the Year watch list. She was preseason All-ACC team last year, obviously All-America first team, and so much more. We'll come back to that, as that one sails wide from Samantha Wunsch. Wunsch, when she's on, but that comes with a lot of hitting errors as well, Jenna.
Yeah, the aggressiveness, I'd rather see an aggressive mistake than a hesitant one, right? So you'll always take that over anything else. But again, trying to clean it up a little bit, that's the goal for Texas State this set.
Rubin sends it long. Point to the Bobcats, up 6-4, and they'll get the serve back. And this is how set one started. The Bobcats were out to the better start in set one, and it wasn't till maybe point when Stanford had about 13 points that they started to overtake the Bobcats. This will be Isabella Andrews, the freshman, to serve. Andrew for the Cardinal down the line.
Lizzie Andrew continues to make an impact offensively. That's her 5th kill of the day. Was hitting 444. It just increased to 556 after that point.
Well, she was hitting 404 on the year coming into today. Mind you, that's actually second on the team in hitting percentage. Erica Sayer hitting 410, leading this Stanford Cardinal team in hitting percentage. Bobcats, and Walsh will send it over. The senior outside hitter comes up big, and Maggie Walsh yesterday, we said it about her, she was quiet, and then when they needed her to come up big, the senior came up big. Picking out her spot there, just over the big outstretched arms of the 6'5" Lizzie Andrew.
Erica Sayer for Stanford came into this weekend second in the ACC in hitting percentage. Only a couple of attempts today against the Bobcats.
Down the line from Sayer, saved. Parks with the setup. Sayer again. Sayer! Mistiming the jump, getting it done anyways.
It's like she heard me, right? Hey, she hasn't gotten going yet today. All right, well, let me get my next kill in the books for Stanford today. That's her second.
Erica Sayer, September 15th, ACC Freshman of the Week. What a way to start your freshman career with just an ACC Freshman of the Week. My goodness. Here's the other freshman, Parks. One of the other freshmen, Parks, with the serve. Nina Moorer.
What more can she do? She's already leading this team with 5 kills today. Also an ace, a dig on the night, and contributing in multiple ways.
And they come up with one for everybody. We got hammer time, more. What more can she do? This is Alyssa Clark on the serve, and on the other side of the net, it's Blashoff.
Blashoff blasts off right there. Brings it back to Stanford. She's got a match-high 6 kills now, hitting 364. Her presence has been important for the Card.
Yeah, Blashoff hasn't seen that many sets so far this year. Jenna, what do you make of her getting a lot more time suddenly in this game and really utilizing it as well?
She's been able to make an impact when she has gotten that playing time. She had a team high and actually tied the match high with 10 kills against UC Davis. That was the 3rd sweep of the year for Stanford before getting it against Hawaii yesterday. She hit 389, had a few blocks, couple of aces, couple of digs, just a solid all-around performance for her. So she's going to keep getting opportunities as long as she takes advantage.
Stanford tied up at 8. After a strong start for the Bobcats, it's wiped away quickly by the Card. And it's Coco Kirsch who's getting her first start of the year. On the serve. Blade. Set. Dump.
I love a well-executed dump. It's such a good read. As the setter, you're the one that reads the defense. You can read everything. You're running the offense. That court vision is so key, and she takes advantage.
I couldn't agree more. I think a dump is my favorite play in volleyball. It's so beautiful when it's executed well. Oh, that's executed well, too. Erica Sayer. Those two freshmen just in lockstep. Logan Parks on the set. Erica Sayer on the kill. This will be Spencer Etzler, another freshman, libero defensive specialist out of Coldwater, Ohio. Moorer. Nice dive. Rubin. Blaine will set up the offense. Moorer. RV. Clark with the dig. Blaine with the setup. Flying through is the lefty. It got a touch. Or it didn't. Point to the Cardinal.
Yeah, just went wide there. The Cardinal staying in that one. A few good swings from them.
Couple good digs on both sides. One of them from Etzler with the serve. Again right here. Blaine with the back set. Stuffed at the net by Andrew and Rubin.
Texas State out-blocking Stanford up to this point, but making their presence known at the net here. That's a strength that Stanford has. They have good size. They have good presence. Something they'll rely on this season.
So will serve August 25th, ACC Defensive and Freshman of the Week. Moorer, she'll tally that one. That off of the hands of the outstretched Lizzie Andrew, and Moorer tallies her 6th kill on the evening.
That's tied for a match high with Julia Blashoff, and you can see the height that she gets on that and the power behind that swing.
Moorer will serve. Out of bounds. Moorer leading this team in kills, led the team in kills last night, but coming into this Stanford tournament was 3rd on the team in kills behind DeFree and Wunsch, and DeFree and Wunsch have yet really to get going on the kill side, and Moorer has been cleaning it up.
Just Taylor Zoo coming in. Taylor U.
Great dig on the far side, now rising was parked. Blaine with the setup. It's the senior Walsh.
That's beautifully placed in the back corner by Walsh.
Well, it's Hanner time. As Bailey Hanner will serve for the Bobcat senior middle blocker. Sends it long.
Didn't quite hit the nail on the head on that one. 7 service errors apiece now for both squads.
This will be Elia Rubin. So set up from Blaine. Quick arm from DeFree. It's sent back, and they'll try again. Seniors stuffed at the net. Maggie Walsh tried it and was met by a sea of Cardinal.
6'5", Lizzie Andrew alongside Logan Parks right there.
Rubin with the serve again. This time, DeFree somehow, she thought she had the kill. Instead, we're playing. Clark with the setup. Just long. Wunsch sends it long. DeFree was sure she had the kill. She went to celebrate and had to readjust. What a dig.
And a good read there from Rubin to let that go long. And we talked about a season-high 64 digs yesterday for Stanford, and that sweep over Hawaii, that's just in 3 sets as well, and they still got that season-high. Today, they have 21 already to Texas State's 17. So the defensive side doing its job as well as the offense.
Well, 15-11, it feels eerily similar to set 1, Jenna, when Texas State Bobcats got out to the stronger start. They were the first to double digits, and then Stanford was the first to 15 and kind of ran away with it. Do you expect we'll see something similar, or Texas State going to come back with something?
I think they have to, right? You want to try a few things, really. You can't just rely on the same old thing. The point is you need to be able to score in multiple ways. That's what's going to keep you successful. That's what they're going to have to do in the Sun Belt, right? And so this is getting them ready for that conference slate as well, in addition to Stanford getting ready for the ACC, a formidable conference in women's college volleyball. They're picked 3rd out of 18 teams, and they're number 4 in the country. Put that into perspective. That's after Pitt and Louisville, of course, and they did get a first place vote. So it's these types of matches that are going to get you ready for those rivalries and what happens when you go up against your conference foes.
Mentioned the ACC in the ABCA national rankings that came out, the most recent ones that came out on the 14th. 4 of the top 10 teams are from the ACC. The highest ranked one, Louisville, sitting at number 3, Stanford at number 4, Pitt at number 5, just a 3-4-5, and then SMU coming in at the number 10 spot. It's Nebraska at number 1 and Texas at number 2, both of which Stanford have already faced this year, as Andrew looks to punish the Bobcats, and instead we'll get a net violation, point to the Cardinal.
We talked about the 11 matches that Stanford has set on their schedule against 9 preseason ranked opponents. One of those being UCLA, who they'll take on tomorrow. They were 18 in the preseason poll nationally. They're the number 1 team outside of the top 25 right now. It's going to be a great one.
Card already taking care of 4 of those 11 matches. They're 2-2 in them right now. We'll get into that in a second. We got a rally going. Clark with the bump set. Helping it over is Wench. Here's the setup. Parks to Andrew. Wench had it in her arms. Just couldn't quite do what she needed to do. Point to the Cardinal.
There's a physical fatigue that comes from a rally, but there's a mental fatigue as well. Can you stay focused for an extended period of time like that? Typically, whoever doesn't make the first mistake, and they're able to get that point.
Mentioning the Cardinal will have quite a slate, 11 matches versus teams ranked in the preseason poll. So Andrew once again tries it. This time it's to the Bobcats. Mentioned they're 2-2. They won against the number 16 Florida, the number 23 Missouri. They lost against Nebraska and Texas. 4 out of their 9 games that they've played this season have been against ranked opponents.
Nebraska was number 1 at the time. Texas was number 2 at the time as well. On a 5-set matchup with Texas that really honestly could have gone either way. It was extremely close.
You see the sights from that match as well. It's just a sea of orange. Intimidating to say the least. This will be Isabella Andrews, freshman outside hitter for the Bobcats to serve. Andrew fires it at Andrews and gets the point for the Cardinal.
Cardinal are getting back in their rhythm a little bit more, hitting 238, but bringing down Texas State to under 100, and you can see Lizzie Andrews' presence making the difference with a match-high 8 kills. 538, too.
She's just a sophomore as well. She doesn't play like it, and there's so many freshmen, you forget that she's young as well. Last year, all ACC freshman team and academic team. Oh, and by the way, plenty of national team experience. We can get into that as well. Right now, another rally developing. Back set, not successful. DeFree, that's a good dig. Blashoff, who else tonight?
Blashoff right behind Lizzie Andrew. She's got 7 kills tonight, and you can see her read this. She saw the forehands went up right in front of her, but she read it nicely to deflect it off of them and get the point for the card.
We're in a timeout here. Stanford in the lead 19-12 over the Texas State Bobcats. Mentioned this is day 2 of the Stanford tournament. So tomorrow we will conclude. The Cardinal will host UCLA tomorrow at 3 p.m. This is the first time these two teams have faced each other. Well, Stanford, UCLA, quite a few. Stanford do own the series, 57-39 over UCLA, and they've won 4 straight over them as well. In the most recent meeting as Pac-12 foes, the Cardinal outlasted the Bruins in 5 sets. That was back in 2023, just 2 years ago, as the Cardinal now enter their 2nd season in the ACC. And the Bobcats will take on Hawaii tomorrow. This is all going to be the final day before conference play begins. The Cardinal will start on the road. First at Virginia on Saturday of next weekend. It'll be a 10 a.m. match, and then Virginia Tech at 9 a.m. on Sunday. So you get up, you turn on the ACC Network Extra, you have some coffee, and you watch the Cardinal take on Virginia and Virginia Tech. The Bobcats, on the other hand, will be returning home for the start of their Sun Belt play after the weekend here in Palo Alto. They'll host Louisiana to open the conference slate.
Cardinal right now getting this 5-match homestand, trying to finish strong before they go on the road, before they start ACC play. They were on the road for quite a bit. Home opener was just last weekend. So getting to be here at Maples where they have just dominated, especially under Kevin Hambley with 103 wins.
Dominant indeed in Maples as the Bobcats just struggle to get it over. Walsh will send it over. Here's the set. Coming in from the back line is Rubin. Somehow able to get to it is Isabella Andrews, but it's off the Jumbotron. That one sailed high.
A little more dominance from Stanford so far in this set. In terms of the scoreboard, I mean, if you look, they actually hit 379 in the first set. They're hitting 308 here in this one. But they're capitalizing better.
Isabella Andrews capitalizes there for the Bobcats. From the back line, setting herself up well. This will be Maggie Walsh. Senior outside hitter. San Marcos, Texas will serve. 7 kills yesterday, hit 273 with 10 digs. Back set, Sayer. You could say that there was no way to stop that one. Is that a stretch?
It'll make it work. I was going to say, people might want to say a prayer going up against Erica Sayer.
You're too good at this, Jenna.
I can't come up against you in this.
Big serve from Parks. Here's the setup. Harvey denied at the net, but it'll sail out of bounds. Great work there from Jordan Harvey. And doing it all is Logan Parks. The big serve coming in for the set. She'll serve again. Parks again, a service ace.
First for Stanford tonight.
Well, it felt like it was coming with the heat that she put on that first serve. Parks, freshman in high school, Under Armour All-American and team captain, member of USA Volleyball U21 National Training Team last year. Texas State staying in it. Stanford see that big number 25 in their sights, but it's Texas State who will serve. Alyssa Clark, 14, serving 23. Clark getting her first start of the season tonight, and she'll sail that one long. That's not what the Bobcats need in that moment.
Now leading right up to the set point with a 10-point lead. Stanford really has all the control right now after that service error.
Set point, and it will be Coco Kirsch getting her first start of the season, who will serve for the Cardinal. Here's the setup. Blaine, back set, into the net, into the arms of Sayer. They're able to get it over. Rubin with the dive. Harvey with the textured touch. A good block at the net. They'll set up Rubin again. Blaine with the set. Hanner out of bounds. Stanford takes set 2. 25-14. Oh, excuse me. There was a touch on that. Well, we're going to look at that.
Rubin was convinced there was no touch, but it is called. So we're not done yet here in the second set.
My mistake, Bobcats fans. I called that preemptively. This will be Anna Blaine, sophomore setter on the serve. Set point number 2 for the Cardinal. Rubin. Blaine with the setup. Bobcats will just help it over. Parks with the setup. Rubin again. Rubin! This time, yes! Waited for confirmation from the referees that time. 25-15. Stanford Cardinal take set 2. Jenna, go up 2 sets to none.
The way Elia Rubin read this and placed it so perfectly really encapsulates this second set for the Cardinal. A dominant performance to get the 10-point lead and finish this thing out. They're hitting .361 on the match so far and holding Texas State to 104. They're feeling good.
They're feeling good indeed, up 2-0. It was Texas State who got off to the stronger start in both sets, but it was the Cardinal who finished stronger, up 2-0. A little longer break here before set 3. Stick with us. We'll be back in 4 minutes for set 3.
Maples Pavilion is rocking. The Stanford Cardinals, the number 4 team in the country, lead 2-0 over the visiting Texas State Bobcats here at the tournament. In addition to UCLA and Hawaii, who have been competing, it's day 2 of 3 consecutive days of this tournament. The Cardinal have had 3 consecutive sweeps in their last 3 matches. Looking to potentially continue that trend here against Texas State. That's off the block. Lizzie Andrew gets the first point, and it goes to the Cardinal. Lizzie Andrew continues to be lethal. That's her 9th kill. She's leading this match and hitting .571.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, the hitting percentage when you look at Lizzie Andrew. Erica Sayer also with a hitting percentage above 500 today.
That goes long. The service error will tie things up here. The Bobcats on the board. It's the 9th service error for this Stanford team. It goes long. Dina Moore will take over for the Bobcats. It's the ace. The second service ace of the day for the Bobcats. They'll take the lead here in the 3rd set.
It almost looked like there was a miscommunication, like Ruben was going to go for it and then diving for it was Kirsch. Ruben lays off at the last second.
We'll back up the ace with the service error. We're trading points here. We're tied back up again at 2. Jenna Becerra and Sarah Ash with you here today for what has been a fun one so far. Tied at 2, Stanford up 2-0. A big swing off of Harvey. Running out of room is Kirsch, and the Bobcats up by 1.
Into the courtside seats. That was Adair, Allie Adair, coming in for the first time today. Getting some action and getting the kill.
Adair had her first career start against Incarnate Word back in San Marcos last week before they made their way here to Stanford. Andrew. A little miscommunication, some contact there for the Bobcats. We're tied once again.
We get a look here at what happened. Just, miscommunication. They're both going for it.
Ellia Rubin now to serve. He's got a match high 11 digs. So let that one go through to give Stanford the point. They're ahead 4-3. Lizzie Andrew leading the way with double-digit kills, hitting 600, has 2 blocks. Rubin, a quote-unquote quieter night for her with 4 kills. That's going to go wide. Doing their thing with Rubin at the service line, and it's another one for Stanford, 2-point lead.
These runs by the Cardinal have just kind of been the death of the Bobcats. They're able to match the Cardinal point for point, but the Bobcats haven't really had a serving run, and Stanford have been able to go on many.
And a 3-0 run right now for the Cardinal. Trying to keep that alive. Bobcats will reset. Getting the point is Addison Ozuna, the freshman who comes in, another Texas native on this team, getting things going.
Yeah, Ozuna was big off of the bench yesterday against UCLA. 3 kills in just 2 sets played. She hit .375. And that hitting percentage is big for Texas State because they've seen a lot of hitting errors. And so you have to balance being aggressive and also just not making errors. So somebody like Ozuna coming in and hitting such a high percentage, it's helpful for this Bobcat squad.
Logan Parks is helpful for this Stanford squad as well. She read that, knew it was close to the net, so went ahead with the dump and gets the point. Two-point lead for the Cardinal with Anna Pringle at the service line. Into the net. 10th service error for the Card tonight. Maggie Walsh now at the service line, the senior. She's got a couple kills today. Big swing there from Blashoff. No doubt about it.
Blashoff is having a day, setting herself up right down the line.
Flirting with double digits, so she's got 8 kills. That's going to go into the net. 11 errors from the service line for the Card. Texas State back within 1 here. 11 errors to 1 ace. Now it's Jade DeFree. Marks the back set to Sayer. She lands it right there. The Cardinal now 2 points ahead. Erica Sayer with her 5th kill. She's hitting .625.
Well, we get a look here. Not surprised here. She's hitting 600 or above. Izzy Andrew now hitting 600 exactly. Those two have been lethal. Logan Parks hitting 400, by the way, with 2 kills, no errors. In the back row, there's Walsh, but that's into the top of the net. Errors stacking up a little bit here. Certainly, and you can feel this is a Texas State Bobcats team that you can feel their energy. They always feel like they're in it. You always feel like they're in it because they're going to fight all the way to the end. And for the first time in a while, they're looking just a little deflated.
They're hitting in the negative now here. As finding the floor there, perfectly placed is Jordan Harvey. She's got 5 kills now this evening.
Well, it's just so unpredictable coming from the Cardinal. It can go to so many, and Parks has done a good job of not telegraphing what she's going to do, where it's going.
3-0 scoring run here for the Card. And the back row is Walsh once again into the net. The hitting errors hurting Texas State. They're hitting in the negative here. You flip it over to the Stanford side, 8:57 early on here in the 3rd set.
Yeah, just a little deflated here are Texas State. Coming out of set number 2, you look at kind of the differences in some of these statistics, and obviously we've been talking about hitting percentage and about kills, but you take a look at the assist column, and after set 2, Stanford Cardinal, 27 assist totals, 13 in set 2 alone, and on the other side, the Bobcats, 19 total, just 9 sets in set 2. What that tells you, we talked about the chaos that the Cardinal can create. It tells you that there's a lot of chaos in that this team hasn't been able to set up their offense. They haven't been able to work in system that much. And it's because this Stanford Cardinal team has really had them on their back heels.
16 assists on the night for Anna Blaine on the Texas State side. On Stanford side, nearly double for Logan Parks with 31. That is an indicator of how they're flowing, what their rhythm is offensively on each side. Elliot Rubin with the 4 kills does have an assist, but also a match-high 11 digs as well. Someone to keep an eye on. She's been contributing on the defensive side as well.
Yeah, she certainly has. Double-double, obviously, against Hawaii. She had 13 digs and 16 kills. That's what amounted to her double-double.
3rd of the season. Hit 382. Now we're back out of the timeout. 11 serving 6. Coco Kirsch still at the line. A 4-0 scoring run for the the Cardinal right now. Moorer off the block. Try it again. Blocked again. Jordan Harvey and Erica Sayer read it perfectly.
Get a look here. There's the setup, and just as you said, a perfect read on the block.
Cardinal officially out blocking Texas State now after that. 5-0 scoring run. The tip. What an effort from Etzler. Rubin gets it up, but out of play.
I love that vision from Adair. Setting her up, and the couple times she's been set up today, she's come through. We get a look here. That's the court vision. Oh, it's a good read on the other side by Etzler. Just didn't quite get enough on it.
The Bobcats punch back. They still trail by 5. Anna Blaine now at the service line, 7 to serve 12. Cross court to Rubin. Add another kill. That's her 5th of the night. And Rubin, can't forget about her offensively.
No, he's just perfectly placed there from Elia Rubin. Taking out that far back corner. Nobody's in that vicinity.
6-point lead for the Card. Etzler serving. Skims the net. Out of system here. Free ball for Stanford. Back set. Harvey gets it done. Double the points for the Cardinal. They're up 14-7 over the Bobcats.
Well, you can see the block's not set. That's exactly what we're talking about. So many weapons for the Cardinal. Hard for the Bobcats to read where it's going next. Couldn't get the block set up in time there.
Harvey's got 6 kills, hitting .462 tonight. Aims for the back corner, can't quite reach it. The Cardinal get to 15 first. They have an 8-point lead now. Couple of changes and movement coming as Kaylin Emmerling exits. Samantha Wunsch comes back in. 3-0 scoring run for Stanford. Pushed over. It'll work. Nina Moorer makes it happen. Team high 7 kills for her.
Nina Moorer, great work there. Great court vision, somehow finding the open space. Hey, there's not a lot to see when you've got Izzy Andrew in front of you. It's pretty hard to see around that. Nina Moorer has done a great job today. This whole tournament, Nina Moorer has been outstanding.
Nina Moorer at 6 feet tall, to Lizzie Andrews 6'5". Marks, there's Andrew. Beautiful dig. That was Alyssa Clark. Into the net, and Stanford once again pulls away.
Great dig by Alyssa Clark, just a little too casual with it as Moorer from that back line.
Taylor Yu re-entering for the Cardinal at the service line here. Sophomore out of Temple City, California. 2024 ACC All-Academic Team. Big swing, big dig. There's Parks with the big swing. And it goes out. Texas State climbs a little closer to double digits here in the 3rd set.
Freshman Parks, she's the setter. She's the starting setter for this Stanford Cardinal team, but she can also play opposite. We can see that big swing right there.
Alyssa Clark off the top of the net. Stanford handles it. Free ball for the Bobcats. Set up, back set. Wunsch, dug up by Yu. Here's Rubin, off the block. Handled. Off the block again. Whistle blown.
Net violation.
Violation. Stanford once again. 8-point lead.
Yeah, net violation there from the Bobcats. Another great dig from Clark. And we'll see the net violation here. Yep. See the net rattle on the Bobcat side.
Bobcats, 23 kills, 20 attack errors so far today. That one's going to sneak in. Double digits now for Texas State. They're back within 7. Take another look as that one sneaks in from Wunsch. She has 5 kills tonight. Isabella Andrews. A big swing. The versatility in the attack continues for the Cardinal.
My goodness. Logan Parks. It's hard to beat when you get that kind of understanding of the game, that kind of court vision, and plus that athleticism. Incredible. Father was a basketball player at Wayne State University. Mother played volleyball at Barton County and the University of New Orleans.
Addison Ozuna, the freshman, getting back in it. Maggie Walsh. Set from you to Erica Sayer. 6 kills, that's 3rd on the team, tied with Jordan Harvey for Erica Sayer.
And we'll get a look here. Short arm, she just rises.
Nearly an ace, but managing to recover are the Bobcats. There's Harvey, dug up again. This one's tough, running out of room. Texas State wins the rally.
Oh, what effort on both sides. Clark laying out a couple times over the Bobcat side and then chasing it down over there was Etzler. See that take from Clark, just incredible, and then more. A big swing. Etzler can't get there.
Wiping up the court here at Maples. A lot of action. Jade DeFree, the senior, now at the service line. Parks. The touch from Harvey. Some finesse. 7th kill for Jordan Harvey.
Well, when we talk about timing, and that was just impeccably timed. Nothing else to say about it. Perfect court vision from Harvey. Picks out her spot and just so well timed.
Coco Kirsch, 20, serving 12. Over to Moorer. Beautiful. The angle on that swing. 9 kills. That's a team high for Nina Moorer.
The Louisville transfer has been lethal on that left side. Does it again. Like that cross-court set. Try to move those Stanford blockers a little bit.
Parks, the setup for Sayer. Like they drew it up. Sayer on a tear right now. That is kill number 7. She's hitting 700.
Wild to say Izzy Andrew is hitting 2nd on the team with a .562 hitting percentage.
Moore trying to time it, but shut down. Timed perfectly by Lizzie Andrew and Jordan Harvey.
And that's where the predictability element comes in, right? Stanford totally unpredictable in terms of their offense. And the Bobcats keep going back to Moore because she has a hot hand. But that play looked identical to before when there was a cross-court set and Moore destroyed it. Cardinal are there for the 2nd time around.
Late here in the 3rd set, we'll take a quick break and come right back.
Welcome back inside Maples Pavilion. Sarah Ash here alongside Jenna Becerra to take you through these final points potentially. We're playing best of 5, Stanford up 2-0. and just 3 points away from securing this third and final set. But hey, crazier things have happened. We'll see what happens here inside of Maples, where Stanford have been utterly dominant. 9 seasons under Kevin Hambley, 102-12 here at Maples Pavilion, including 20-2 in the NCAA tournament. Cardinal won 32 in a row at home to begin Hambley's tenure at Stanford, and in 2024, the Card went 14-0 at home, dropping just 3 sets total. Absolutely incredible, and they're off to a good start here as well. Swept in 3 sets yesterday, up 2-0, and now 2 points. Nope, still 3 points. Apologies. Still 3 points away as that goes off of the block, and it's...
See how far that ball traveled. Yeah, a lot of power behind the swing of Munch, able to tool it from the middle.
Nina Moore leading this team in kills today with 9, hitting 250. Harvey denied. Bobcats have life.
Yeah, Bobcat fans, head coach Sean Hewitt, you're excited to see this energy late in the match like this. It's do or die right now here in the third set. You're down by 7, but still playing from one play to the next.
That was a dare. Rosa got the block. Ruben paints that sideline. Ruben places those so deep and so perfectly.
That was art right there. Paints it beautifully. She has 6 kills now to 12 digs.
And when Soldier Boy plays in Maples, you know Taylor Yu is about to serve. Yu with the serve, and she sends it long. Point to Texas State. Stanford leading 23-16, and Alyssa Clark will serve. Clark Richard Jr. getting her first start of the season today. 13 digs against UCLA yesterday. She's had a big day again today. Cardinal and Parks take care of business. Parks tools that off of the arms of the outstretched Jade DeFree, who's been relatively quiet today compared to what she's been able to do this entire season. It's 24-16, and it's set point. It's Elia Rubin to serve for the Cardinal. I'll be out of bounds. Now set point and match point number 2 now coming up.
Texas, go ahead. Just the 13th service error from number 13 in that case for Stanford, but only 8 attack errors to 42 kills. They're hitting 420 in this match, 600 in this set.
Video game numbers, as they say. Match point number 2. Cardinal on the reception. Just helping it over is Blasha. Here's the set and the kill. DeFree. Senior middle blocker standing at 6'3" rises. 18-24. Stanford Cardinal with another match point. Here's the set. Another set up here from you. Blashov! Blasts off.
Yes.
And the Stanford Cardinal take it 3-0 over the Texas State Bobcats. My goodness. What a match this was, Jenna, and what a performance for this Stanford offense.
Man, they spread the love really nicely. Hit 591 in that last set. 422 overall in this match. Lizzie Andrew led with 10 kills, but 9 for Blashoff, 7 for Harvey and Sayer, 6 Rubin, 4 for Parks. I mean, they spread the love today throughout the offensive attack, and it really paid off for them.
And a tough one for the Bobcats, like you said. In set number 1, it wasn't really indicative of how they were playing. I think this sweep, not quite indicative of just how competitive sometimes they felt with this number 4 in the nation, Stanford Cardinal. A lot of positives to take out of this for the Bobcats.
It's exactly the type of battles that you want to test you before you head into that conference slate. You know, now they have faced of receiving votes, UCLA, just outside the top 25, and they have faced number 4 Stanford. So going into the match against Hawaii tomorrow, that's some great intel for them to take moving forward, and then of course take it into Sun Belt play.
That'll do it for us here. Stanford take it 3-0. They take the first set 25-20, the second 25-15, and the third set 25-18. Stanford Cardinal with their second straight sweep at home. Coming up next, tomorrow it's the final day of the Stanford tournament. Cardinal will host UCLA tomorrow at 3 p.m. The Bobcats will take on Hawaii tomorrow at 1 p.m. It's a doubleheader back-to-back for those 2 matches, and it's sure to be fun. And then conference play begins. Thank you very much for tuning in here on ACC Network Extra. For the entire crew that helped put this on, thank you very much. She's been Jenna Becerra, I've been Sarah Ash, and we will see you next time.